Have you had a break, Ross?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna smash this one in.
Have you had a Kit Kat?
No, I haven't. No, I've just had a drink. That's all. No Kit Kat.
When's Halloween, and are you guys prepared for trick-or-treaters coming to your residential addresses?
Yeah, I don't think they will. It's more likely Trot will, to be fair. You're in an actual house.
That's a good fucking point. Like,
whereas we're in flats, which is harder to access for anyone, really.
It is. True.
There's got to be a way I can set up some smart...
Oh, God.
Samsung SmartThing sensors to my doorbell camera to automatically fire paintball or something like that.
Paintball landmines, yeah.
A friend of mine's dad used to always set up like tricks for people coming to his house. So like he would participate in it, but he'd be like, "Oh, I've got a trick for you instead." And one year he did just set off like, do you know what a crow scarer is? Like just a really loud bang, basically.
Oh yeah,
it's like a shotgun going off. He just set it up, so basically you'd go up to his door as like a 13-year-old kid, knock on it and be like, "Oh, it's going to be fun," because he's got the pumpkins out. And then eventually the door just swung open, and then a couple of seconds delay, and then just bang! It's like, fuck me, what's going on? And he'd jump out of the door to the side and be like, ah!
Got ya.
What would be really good is if if they come to knock at the door, obviously set up a camera, you want to film their reactions and stuff. But as soon as they knock, then an alarm goes off inside, and a guy dressed as a robber jumps out the window to the side of the door, and then just runs past the kids. And then somebody could maybe run out as well. You could get a whole cast and crew, and then really scare the shit out of the kids.
Like
in a real way.
A Dom Jolly skit, essentially.
Yeah, like a Dom Jolly, but like make it so real that it's
Dom Jolly? Is that his name?
It scares them straight. Don't go on other people's property. Yeah, Dom Jolly. Dom Jolly did the huge
TV,
phone
right?
Sketch. Yeah. Trigger Happy TV.
Trigger Happy TV. That was it. Yeah. He was good though. I really liked him. I like what he did a lot of the time because it just felt like a little bit more refined prank playing. You know, like
it's harmless.
Yeah, just dressing up in costumes. Was it a baseball bat he had for the rabbit? Where he's dressed up with huge mascot costumes.
Yeah. They get the two dogs that would just beat the shit out of each other, and they play it in slow motion over some like Gordon Lightfoot. You could read my mind, girl.
I guess he had the same problem as Borat, where when he tried to do new stuff, everyone was like, "Oh, I recognise you from TV because you do all those pranks," and that's kind of spunked your load now.
Yeah, we really have. Yeah, so it's an interesting quandary for them to have to get through.
Because
I like the one where they had squirrels. They had like a team of men dressed as squirrels, and they'd run into a shop and just be like, "Give us all your nuts! This is a ride!"
Yeah.
So I'm going to booby trap my house. This is the thing. I'm the same as you, Ross. There's literally going to be no one trick or treating in my flat. I hope. I'm not going to have anything for them either, which is kind of bad. But
anytime I've been in a flat,
why is anyone trick or treating right now?
Yeah.
The last thing you want is a bunch of people moving from house to house.
Please don't do it.
It really is. I wonder whether they'll put out like something to say like don't trick or treat.
I think they already have advised people not to. But like I don't even know how prolific it is here in the UK. It's such an American thing, isn't it? How often did you actually go trick or treating when you were a kid?
I did it a few times.
A few times, but it was never really like a big deal, right?
Every year, yeah.
What, trick or treating?
I didn't really live near anybody. That's the thing. I was like really out in the sticks.
I used to do it, but honestly, it was kind of pointless. We would go around like our entire village or entire town. Entire village really, which was sort of a very small town. And you'd probably get like 8 houses out of like 50 that you passed that would do it, you know, and it was sort of like, it was kind of nice to go out for a walk and stuff and like see your mates dressed up and things, but like, it's one of those Americanisms that's never really properly imported over here, I don't think.
Everyone needs to embrace it for it to be a thing, otherwise it's a bunch of kids are then just like knocking on old people's houses and they're just like frail and old, don't want to answer the door.
Half the time they hated it. Like half the time the old people would literally go away and stuff like that. Like it is pretty weird. Like in Britain, that seems like a strange thing to do, I think.
Halloween in general is getting much bigger though in the UK. I would say more commercialized. Like the Halloween aisles are huge now.
That's a good point. Somebody said that it might be just estates that do it. Like none of us, I don't think, lived on an estate. So like, the community spirit on estates tends to be a bit better.
I think so. Yeah, villages, small villages and stuff, just filled with old people, or
filled with old rich people. Basically,
we're trying to get away from those annoying kids. Trying to get something from them.
Pretty fucked up.
They call them grandkids. There we go.
Still not enough fucking Taco Bells in the UK though.
Oh,
Only a couple. Yeah, there's like 3.
Okay.
There's one in Manchester and like some random food court in some kind of average shopping centre that I've been to.
There's one in Manchester.
There's a Taco Bell in Manchester, Arndale. That's it. Arndale's the place I'm thinking of. Yeah.
In London, I'm guessing.
There's one in Colchester.
It was kind of nice, but kind of also.
And there's one in Aberdeen. There's more.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, why isn't there as many of those as there are? I guess because we don't have as many people who like Mexican food.
Yeah, Mexican food's not huge over here, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I will say it's not proper Mexican food. It's very. Burritos are huge here for sure, but Taco Bell isn't actually really like burritos in a lot of ways. It's more kind of like even more synthetic. It's kind of guilty pleasure kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you're right. Burritos are massive. Yeah. Imagine making burritos even less healthy, making them smaller, less fresh vegetables, and you've got Taco Bell.
Yeah. I always enjoy Mexican food when I go to America. Fucks my stomach up though. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, dude, just eating in America full stop fucks my stomach up.
Yeah, true. But, it's hard to tell what is the cause.
But I do love it.
Yeah.
I do love it, but then it's nice to come home and eat like fresh vegetables after you've been
there was that one was it a Mexican place that we went to? I thought the food was
in San Antonio.
Awful. Yeah. I thought the food
was horrible.
For Mexican
just a mess
food.
On a plate. Like it was Tex-Mex, I think we were having, and it was basically bean slop, rice slop, meat slop on a plate with some tortillas, and it felt pretty bad. The restaurant itself looked crazy. It was like this huge, intricate place with all the stuff on the wall, but the food itself was just like. One thing to consider, Ross, we are actually kind of victims of English Mexican food in the like the way that we've grown up eating like chili con carne and things like that. It's not like actual Mexican. It's sort of like this European Mexican. So like I think it is partly that. Because people are saying that sounds like real Mexican food, slop, and slop.
Just sounded a bit. It was just a bit bland. I thought. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was quite surprised at that, but maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just a bad restaurant.
Shit.
Who knows?
Man, some of my favourite food we've had was I loved the food that we had when we were out camping. That like the whitewater rafting thing. Like
stuff those guys made was great.
Yeah, the stuff in the evenings was really tasty.
Casa Bonita. Yeah.
Casa Bonita. So the South Park.
It's always
fucking hell
for like someone from the UK to have that kind of performance like right next to you on a table. It's the most awkward thing in the world. You just got these English guys going, I can get out of my social bubble. Oh, too close. This is too close.
I know what you're trying to do, Trub, but I think it's unfair to say all English people wouldn't enjoy that. I think that we wouldn't enjoy that.
I think anyone I know wouldn't enjoy that either.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Like there is a level of like reservedness. I mean, it's prevalent in other nations as well, not just England. You know, like the Scandinavians also prize personal space and things like that. But like,
in
it's
general,
an experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just thinking about like the best food we've had. We did have some good food in Vegas, apart from that buffet where I got really sick.
Canada had nice food.
2-footer.
Yeah,
a lot of
Seattle
really
was pretty good. That fish place we went to in Seattle was nice that time.
That was nice. Seattle, fresh fish.
When we have
food.
like the super fresh Californian stuff as well, I always enjoy that. You know, the stuff where it's like super fresh, like avocados or guacamole and all that sort of stuff. Like I do enjoy really good Californian food when we've had it. Boston, the like lobster rolls and all that sort of stuff.
That was good. Boston. Good thing we had our American fill early. Don't know how long it'll be before you can go back.
That's a good point.
Probably not for another year, I imagine, at least.
I reckon end of
it really depends, doesn't it? Like vaccine-wise and all that sort of stuff, and
country-wise as well. Like
like you say, I imagine it'll almost be like a radius style thing where it's like, okay, now it's kind of safe to go to like closest nearby your country, but try not to go too far and all that
and even
sort of
then
stuff.
like certain states might have better access to vaccines versus others. So you can visit this one.
The big problem will come is if the vaccine is in fact not a magic bullet and it doesn't solve it, because like it's not to put a downer on everything, but like I don't know if you've read recently about
Not the
how
sand.
COVID immunity is only lasting a couple of months.
Yeah,
So unlike the seasonal
antibodies
flu
die quicker.
and things like that, where once you have the flu, you won't get it that year again, because the reason you get a flu again the following year is because it will be a mutation and you don't have the antibodies for it. But whilst with COVID immunity, it seems like it only lasts a couple of months. So you don't even have an immunity.
It's not 2 months. It's more like up 6 months, something like that. It's still ruled out.
I literally read
There's a
something
report
this morning.
today in BBC, so I think,
saying it can last only a few months. But anyway, aside, the details aside, it's like, we're all hoping that a vaccine will literally just mean that this is no longer a problem, where it might actually genuinely be, which is kind of weird to think about. Like, we're all kind of hoping that something will end. This will just end, right? When in reality,
I guess
it's going to be a gradual, slow burn, isn't it?
If you keep the health workers vaccinated and we get enough of the population vaccinated in a certain time period, the virus is hopefully not able to transmit because enough people are vaccinated in that time, right? And it should die off.
Also, the more efficient the testing is, the more you can do out and about. So if you're able to get a test and it gives you an answer within 10 minutes, you'll be like, okay, cool, I can take a test and then get on with my day, or go wherever it is that you need to go. That's where it matters most as well, right? Because the vaccine's going to take a while to distribute through the country. Fuck, I just missed that one. Plus trust as well.
The turnaround for
there's going to be a lot of people who don't want to jump in the queue for it.
From like a decade worth of trials and testing down to within a year is ridiculous. How they're doing it.
But yeah, like I said, I don't mean to just be like negative and all that. I'm not being negative. It's just sometimes I think like that as well. I'm like, oh man, when this is finally all done with, we can actually start doing things. And then they're like, actually, is everything? How is this going to work? It's kind of
the thing that if you build up your own hope like that, you're only ever going to be constantly depressed and disappointed by the fact that nothing's opening up.
Nothing's changing.
Adapting to this way of life is probably better. And then anything else is a bonus.
What the fuck have I done?
I'd like to think that there's technologies that are advancing these scenarios. I mean, it'd be interesting if they actually upgrade the fucking webcams in most laptops. That'd be nice for a basic start. For years they were just not bothering to upgrade them. They're just like, we can just put dog shit cameras in. No one's using this. And then finally, when everyone's like forced to use like webcams to communicate, they're like, oh fuck, god,
surprisingly bad.
Missed a trick there.
It is.
It is really bad in laptops. Yeah.
I don't remember them being so bad, and then like recently when I've got more and more webcams, I'm like, fuck, this is awful.
I feel like they're just checking a box but putting the money and budget elsewhere in the system.
Well, that's it, because it's because it wasn't really a thing people were using as much, I imagine. They're probably using their phones, and the phone one's better, isn't it?
I thought that we'd got past it in that, like, how lots of MacBooks were like really good quality cameras, and I thought everyone just had to sort of get up to that standard now. But they're not. They're not really even that good.
The MacBook ones aren't amazing. They're not very good. Like 720p,
far better than the ones that I've seen recently. That's for sure.
Did I have any memorable meals in Australia? Yeah, Australian food is fantastic. It's really good. Well, because the reason is, first of all, there's lots of farms in Australia, but second of all, most of the... No, I haven't. I have had crocodile. The most of the coast, everything's coastal, right, in Australia. Like, everything's built around the coast. So the fresh fish you can get, it doesn't travel very far. So, like, everything, when you order seafood and things like that, everything tends to be really, really good because it hasn't flown anywhere. It hasn't done all that sort of stuff. Australian food, on the whole, I think is really good.
Rocks.
Kind of a combination between, I'd say, American and Mediterranean food is what I would say Australians like.
Well, can't wait to add that to the list. Places to go.
Of places you'll never visit. Last chance to see, Trot.
Can I get one on Deliveroo? Just long.
Chris Trot's last chance to see any country.
Well, New Zealand's
we got a lot of travelling.
Are they letting people in yet? Yeah.
We did a lot of travelling in the last few
years. We're just lucky to do as much travelling as we do in general, let alone, pre or post a pandemic.
It's just nice that, we didn't have any plans for this year so far.
We had Iceland, we had Canada.
We did have those things, actually.
Learning
to ski in Canada.
We changed the structure of our entire channel based around more activities outside, but there you go.
We were going to do a big fucking journey as well. That adventure thing.
Oh, yeah, we met up with that, For the bikes.
But on the upside, we can.
Yeah.
Nemesis in chat says you can travel to my pants if you want, boys.
Oh, no way. Okay,
That's off
still
the
there,
grid as well.
Isn't it? Yeah, that is off grid. Is that
It's
outside? Is that outside? Do you think?
It's outside of the Panama, the
Ooh,
eye.
is that?
It's outside of the Geneva Convention, isn't it?
That's yeah.
Ooh, just on
Stuff
the
like
edge.
that.
Stop off at my pants first. Jesus. All right. Desperate.
Christ, we can make a tour of it.
We're not gonna. Yeah. Stopping off at. Look, climbing into our fans' pants. The tour. Bizarrely, I was watching one of our vlogs this morning because that's what I do now to make it feel like
We're still doing it.
Going somewhere. I watched one of the Insomnia series vlogs where we draw on somebody's face.
Oh yeah.
And the whole thumbnail was just we humiliate
little
our
kid.
fans.
Yeah, that was it. It's because you drew a
It's
dick
funny
on the
that,
kid's
we were
face,
talking-
right?
Yeah, it was, man. It's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my
was it
god.
twat?
The
I
guy
can't
was
remember
like,
if he wrote twat.
so what happened was he asked Trot to sign his face, and so Trot signed it, but then he
Yeah.
also put a Harry Potter thunderbolt on his forehead. And then I was like, well, I'm going to draw the glasses on. So I draw glasses on. This is all with Sharpie on a guy's face. And he's going to spend like the rest, it's like 11 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
spend the rest of the day walking around with permanent marker Harry Potter outfit.
He must have had so much regret when he was finally on that come down because he must have been full on adrenaline going at that point of like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
I've been told to do it. I'll do it. I felt so bad.
He was taking the train home for a start, and then also like, I mean, the thing is though, like, he's in a vlog, and like, he got a lot of airtime. It was funny, and I always imagine it as like if I was going to see one of my like teenage kind of, if I went to see Blink 182 right at a signing or something like that, and fucking Mark Hoppus drew a penis on my face, I'm gonna be like, fucking Mark Hoppus drew a penis on my face.
It is a story.
Yeah.
It was.
Like they're a lot more famous than we are, but
but I always wonder why people want like just someone's random scrolling on something. 'Cause what does that really mean? Like something like that means more because it's an actual thing.
It's a memory,
or even a photo
story.
is better than just literally signing stuff. But still.
But then again, you don't need to do one-upmanship. Some people enjoy the whole like I got to meet them and got a signature at the time, and that's enough of a memory for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Rather than I had Harry Potter glasses drawn on my face.
Oh yeah, please God, don't expect Harry Potter glasses on every. I mean, if you the first couple times we do another signing in 2028, will be like if you ask me for Harry Potter glasses, I will 100% do it. But like, you don't need to worry about making everything like a story. I suppose is what we're saying.
No, you don't. There's no
You're still
When was the last time we did signings? Was that YogCon?
Yeah, YogCon.
And that was the last time.
It's because we stopped doing conventions to focus on YogCon.
To do YogCon, and then it's weird. I really like those conventions. I thought it was quite fun.
It was a really good one. And then pandemic. Oh, the other ones, yeah.
Well, just in general, just convention in general, because what was good about them was you never really. There's no tangible element to your audience. Unfortunately, text is the only thing we see. So when you actually see people, you kind of think, "Oh shit, people actually watch us."
The only downside is like the ball ache of getting there and back. That's the downside.
Yeah.
And like
the downside as well later became that whilst those events were great when we first started going to them, they quickly descended into how can we maximize the profit from this show, like which I think made it because like I was watching some of the Insomnia stuff, right? And this was back when like we were like, holy shit, this is crazy, so many people are going. We were doing live shows. We were still enjoying the pub quiz. The pub quiz wasn't just a series of memes presented to you in front of an overpriced bar, which it basically is now.
Oh my God, bar. Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
It's the conventions themselves as well. They went very like money driven, didn't they? And
well, this is what I'm saying. This is what happened. So then the people running these things started looking at how can we squeeze even more money out of this. And the first time it happened, we were sort of like
next thing you know, we're on stage doing a fucking wine or cheese.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. That was
random
crazy.
outfits. That was very bizarre.
I just don't feel they didn't pay us to do any of that,
which is why we made our own shit.
Yeah. So what happened with that was they essentially said like, yeah, but we're giving you all this space, and it's like, well, no, you've paid for that space, and now you need to fill it. That's not you giving us money. That's you creating a large event, selling tickets to it, and then trying to fill it. Basically, down to.
And so we were like,
YogCon was really good.
YogCon was like it brought it back to what it originally was, I think.
Yeah.
And that you knew everybody there was there because of Yogscast, and
there's a bit more of a community feel to it.
It's a lot more of a community feel to it, which is great.
Rather than, I just came over from the stand over there, where Dan TDM stand. Who are you guys? It's like, oh, hey. Why'd you ask? And that big sign behind us.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And you just get people queuing for no reason, and it ends up taking your time up. Oh, I just thought I'd get this sound because my son's a fan of YouTubers, and who are you?
What is it you do exactly? Don't watch our content. You won't like it.
Yeah.
Okay, ready for a putt from the rough. Ooh, I've already kind of fluffed it. But is it? No, not quite.
I did get a really bad photo with you guys in a convention hall, though, which was super nice. Yeah, I'm sorry for all the really bad, blurry ones.
All the bad lighting, because they've put us right underneath these really kind of shitty lights, so we just all look tired and dark. And
again, that's all that shit.
How insanely humid it was.
Yeah.
At your con.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Sorry about that. that was a limitation of the venue. We just didn't realise how shit the ventilation was at Motion, which is a nightclub, by the way, that usually has more people
in a very small space. Yeah,
we were kind of expecting it not to get so fucking humid.
From what I heard of YogCon 2020, when it was happening, it sounded like it was really going to be all those problems were going to be fixed. Which is a real shame.
Well, that's it, isn't it? But I mean, on to the next one, I guess.
Yeah, and that was the only downside, I think. Everyone fucking loved it. Like, everything that was put on, all the shows and stuff, everyone seemed to love. It was just venue, really.
And then we got to do our fucking rock show, which was fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was good fun.
Again, sorry about the sound. Yeah. Literally the most irritating thing in the fucking world, that the live sound was shit.
I don't think I've ever realised how fucking hard live sound is until you do that thing, stuff, and you realise it's all mixing individual people and
fucking hard.
Well, it's clearly hard to. Well, it's easy to get it wrong, apparently.
Yeah. Fuck. What happened was they didn't have anyone stood at the fucking back listening to the speakers. It was misbalanced, so they had more coming out one speaker than the other because they were nearer the right speaker because they were sat off to the right of the fucking stage. It was simple shit. Anyway,
so angry.
It was fantastic fun doing that and watching it back, watching the crowd, and with the audio after we fixed it.
Yeah, when Craig fixed it, yeah.
It's really awesome, and I love watching it, and it's like, wow, look at the crowd, and like the way it was outside was really cool. I like that and stuff. And
also, we did that when no one really fucking knew what the hell we were doing either.
Yeah.
It's like we created this idea of a thing at a Jingle Jam. Didn't really make it a proper thing until that gig. Something fun to watch though, wasn't it?
Oh my god! I thought that ball had just been spaffed into the forest. It's not.
Right. It's gone. It's on the.
It's really good. That angle as you teed off looked like it was just going deep into the forest. But yeah, we're really looking forward to the Dead Nuts live tour in 2035, where we are literally going to be old, washed-out rock stars by that point.
That's how we begin.
Yeah, we started.
You start as the washed-out old rock stars.
Pretending that we used to be huge.
Whenever.
That's it. Oh yeah, back in the day.
Biggest crowd we've ever had.
Crazy.
Trot looks like the dude that Lee Mack interviewed on the Chop by that point. How fucking tattoos he's got.
Nah, they don't mean anything.
Face tattoos.
They're just dates.
He's got full body mods. His neck has got loads of subdermal implants.
Two H's next to each other. There's two fat ladies. That's all. Two fat ladies.
Two fat ladies. 88.
Oh, that's a symbol for peace.
Oh wow, what a shot
on my neck.
Lucky.
Man, I never had more comments about eyeliner in my life. Still not there yet, are we?
It's because you're wearing it, Trot. Because normally you don't wear it.
Well, yeah.
Of course you're going to have... It's like
I'm wearing this big red hat, and I've never had more comments on my big red hat in my life.
That's not really what I meant, but more the tone of...
what are they saying? Most of the people I've seen have said good things. But maybe
it's more the fact, like,
seeing it.
Why? What's Trot done?
Well, major style changes will always be questions. Like when you had your hair did.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
And it's like when I had my big ginger beard, and then I got rid of my big ginger beard.
If you shave your big ginger beard,
you got to get ahead of it, like with the turning into PewDiePie thing. We literally made a whole scene of being berated.
We made a joke about it, yeah.
And then you beat the.
Does PewDiePie have sleeve tattoos as well? Is that going to be another PewDiePie morphing into PewDiePie?
I think he actually does.
I think he actually might have as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, he's got the monopoly on tattoos.
But you've beaten him to the guyliner. So
I did. Well, he doesn't need them.
You have that win.
Are you going to wear clear glasses as well, Trot? You know, like clear frame glasses.
No, I don't do glasses because of my wonky face.
You don't think you
Imagine
need
like
glasses?
getting laser eye surgery and then just
Going back, but you
wearing
have to, don't you?
clear glass.
At some
I
point.
thought that eventually happens.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's eyes deteriorate.
No, sorry, I mean clear framed glasses, Ross,
Yeah.
not clear glasses.
Right, okay, got you. Yeah, why don't I cut my own hair anymore? That's a very good question. Exactly.
Yeah,
all
why
good,
doesn't
great
Ross
questions.
just
It's
have
so much
grade
cheaper.
6 all over anymore?
Oh,
fucking hell. Jesus
that's in
fucking
the right
Christ.
place. Oh my God, that
That's
is
in a very
nowhere.
fast-flowing river.
Oh my
Look
god,
how fast that river's flowing.
it's picked up by a
Oh,
canoeist. Look at where it's landed. By a bridge.
I can't believe they got those
This is going to be such a hard shot.
Oh,
Okay.
out there. That looks nice.
I'll take it there, yeah. If my burgundy t-shirt is Chris Trott's leather sleeveless, leather fingerless
leather
gloves, then I'll
So
take
be
it. I'll
So be
take
it.
it. Yeah.
That's far
Exactly.
better than fingerless leather gloves.
Your fingerless leather gloves never got on camera though, did they? Because that was like a college. That was like the first year of college.
I don't even know
Yeah.
of the
I was like
fingerless leather gloves. See,
16.
that's how...
17. That's really old.
I wanted to wear a cloak to college.
A cloak?
Like a cape. Yeah.
Wow.
For
Did
some
everyone-
reason. Luckily I couldn't find one.
There was one kid at our school who wore a cloak, I think. And then another kid who wore a duster.
Was he a popular guy?
Of course not. Obviously not. He wore a cloak to school, but like, I mean, he did it. Fair enough.
Oh, this is
Not
it.
many
Trot. This
people
is
are willing
why.
to put
This
the,
is why.
put the cloak on.
This is why you get flack for these changes you're performing on yourself, Trot. Is because everybody
They're not
else
the
had to
norm.
conform. Everybody
They
else
need
had to
to-
conform. So why can't you? Is
You look
where it comes
weird.
from? I think.
Be like us.
Yeah, basically, it's all peer pressure and all sorts. But then again, like the
eyeliner.
that's
Loads
like
of people wear eyeliner though.
yeah, and also
Like, literally,
like
when we're doing those e-boy videos, all those guys had eyeliner on. Not because they were e-boys, but like they did. So it's a young thing apparently. So
right.
are you trying to get back to your
I'm
youth?
saying
Trot?
what
Is
I'm
that what it is?
what I'm trying to say is like basically
Maybe.
we shouldn't comment on anyone's appearance, but at
okay.
the same time, because we shouldn't, we should also be able to say anything about each other's appearances. If you know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah, like
Yeah, because it
Right.
becomes like the no offense kind of state where nothing bad gets said.
like
Or nothing
I'm
gets
almost
said at all.
entitled to go, Trot, you're wearing a dress for the first time ever. I find that weird. It makes me uncomfortable. Right?
Yeah.
Like that's technically not really a bad statement. You're just stating how you feel about something. You're not saying, Trot, you shouldn't be wearing that dress because men don't wear dresses. That is a problematic statement, right?
I think
It's
Yeah,
just
well,
the
yeah,
fact
it completely depends on how you know somebody. Because obviously, if you like knew somebody your entire life and then suddenly decided, yeah, I've always wanted to do this, and you just didn't know that, then it would seem like an alien concept to you. So you just weren't aware of it at the time. But he's always been wearing dresses behind the scenes, and then bam,
Definitely.
where's one in front of you? You're like,
to take a poo.
oh, that's a very strange thing, and or something that maybe that person may have made fun of in the past, and now they're doing it themselves. Maybe it's projecting. I don't know at the time. Who knows? But I see what you mean.
Trot, I'd like you to wear a dress because that would help me reach orgasm.
Oh, really?
all right. Well, I'm not interested in making you
what kind of
orgasm,
dress?
if I'm honest.
Oh, so I respect that. You know, I put it out there. I put it out there. You told me
There's
you weren't
enough fan
interested in
fiction
helping
out there,
me.
I'm sure. There's enough drawings.
I'm going
Nice
to struggle
touch.
to
Nice
Just
Open
become a
overcome.
good artist.
Thank you. Doesn't stop the
become a
fact
good
me
artist.
knowing that me just whacking on dress is going to make you jizz everywhere. So that's
It'll help.
something I now have
Didn't say
to
maybe
think
instantly do
about
it.
when we are around each other.
I still have to engage.
Because he has
with-
worn dresses in front of us. That's worrying.
I
And
have
honestly,
dresses.
you know, he loves it.
Got a
We
calendar
love it.
shoot.
We find it funny. He enjoys wearing them.
Oh.
It's great for everybody, and it happens to help me achieve orgasm. Like,
So that's why you took all those extra calendars home last year.
and that's when
I was like, where did
when
all
you
these
got
other
them
calendars
back,
go?
You couldn't separate the months again. You're like, oh, hold on, this calendar
Certain
wasn't
months
just
are
one.
missing here. Hang on. What the fuck?
just laminate
Some of
one
the
of
months
them.
are stuck together.
Just laminate them for fuck's sake. They're not
Oh,
disposables.
Should we just release this year's calendar to be the same, but we just put face masks photoshopped in each one?
That is a great idea.
It's
Genius.
like, yeah, it's a new year, but we got masks on now.
2020 in it. 2020.
2021.
We can actually take that even further, though. We could do like an edit of it, so we could do a stream
Be
where
slightly
we
further apart.
Photoshop each scene slightly
Each
differently,
month,
right?
yeah.
And like we get people to vote on their favorite like changes that we've made. Like, you know, I could turn Trot back into that weird forest dog that I put his face on that time.
Oh yeah,
It's Smith Photoshop month.
Yeah, that'd be fun, right? And then we could make it available digitally, so that people don't even have to buy it, and we don't have to cut down trees, and people can pay what they want for it.
Yeah, we'll just make it like a Patreon tier or something, or a pay what you want thing. Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll make it on stream. That sounds like a nice little idea. And desktop backgrounds for everybody.
Contact the merch team straight
desktop
away.
backgrounds, one and all, and we'll even do them in a resolution. You know how like desktop background websites used to have it in your resolution because nobody knew how to crop down an image or like resize an image.
Yeah.
We won't do that. You're going to get it raw. It's going to be 8K.
And you resize it.
And you're going to have to deal with that.
Grainy when you scale it down. It's high quality, I think, but it looks a bit weird and bitty and bitmappy.
It's crunched. It's really crunched.
There are too many colors.
Yeah.
We're going to do it with 23 million, not 16 million colors.
Actually, because of social distancing, all of our images are going to have to be ultra wide because of the separation of the characters in all of them.
Excellent. It's all going to be in 21:9.
Right, let's try and sync this one. Sync it. No.
Bounced off the pole. That actually did you some favours, that pole.
I think so. It saved me. It saved me some distance.
I hope you're going to support 3440 by 1440. That's what I'm using right now. That is my preferred resolution as well.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of white space.
This is a lot of white space.
But
it's like you're looking through a letterbox.
Yeah. Or maybe for those of us, we just separate all of us apart. So we're just really wide on the screen.
That's what I said.
Equal gaps.
That's what he said.
Is that what you said? I thought you just said on the side.
I made all these jokes.
He's made all these jokes. He's made them all.
He's done them. He's ticked them off.
We're supporting Ultrawide for social distancing. Tap it in.
Oh, fuck off. Honestly, I blame the new mouse. Come on, EA. Don't make me make a video with my mum reacting to something. There we go. Right.
+1.
It's not looking great, is it? I want to go back to amateur, not pro-am. I clearly have not got the capabilities.
Put the restraints back on.
I say if you use the controller, you might do better.
I think so.
The controller feels
too much.
I've learned on mouse and keyboard now. Like,
yeah. You have
starting anew is just like it feels counterintuitive.
I'm still going strong with -6. How have I done that?
I'm going to switch to Trackball Mouse, and I've taken the ball out, and instead I've replaced it with a hard-boiled egg.
Oh,
That's really... How small is the hard-boiled egg? Or have you just...
It's the core. It's just the yolk of the hard-boiled egg.
Just the
it's
yolk,
all grey.
of course. Yeah,
it's got all grey. Yeah.
Ball mouses... Oh, those are the worst, weren't they?
They were so bad.
They used to take the balls out at school, and they used to, like, kids used to just take them out and then be like, well, there's no ball in my mouse.
They're like, what the fuck? As well.
They were really hard. Yeah.
So somebody would throw one and it would bounce for days on concrete.
I can still hear the sound of a mouse like that being dragged around on a mouse mat.
Oh, awful.
On those horrible plastic mouse mats as well with the foam underneath.
Ugh. Yeah, bad times. Bad times. And remember floppy disk drives? I'm not talking about the small ones. I'm talking about the thin, large paper ones.
Oh, the big floppy ones. Yeah.
Oh, the 6 inches,
I think, yeah.
When they were actually floppy.
They were massive, yeah. Fucking hell. How much data did you get one of those?
Floppy disks were actually floppy.
Was it 8 mega? Was it megabits or was it
megabytes?
Megabytes. How many megabytes was a regular floppy disk? Like the actual hard one?
4. It was like increments of 4.
Was it? 12, you might be
16.
confused because it's 3M was the brand half the time.
Everything in computing is
that sounds
like
confusing straight away.
1024.
A floppy disk, standard floppy disk was 1.44 megabytes. Could have a capacity between 800 and 2.8 megabytes.
Unreal, isn't it? Unreal.
I watched a YouTube video on the legacy of X-Wing by LucasArts, and that originally came on like 4 floppy disks.
Yeah,
incredible.
Fuck. I remember the Lion King game I had on PC was 3 floppy disks.
Yeah, and used to get those little organisers with to put all your floppies in.
Yeah,
and like
cases.
Do you remember the like stickers and labels you could get when you make your own floppies and you put them on and write on?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Fucking hell.
That's very deep in the rough there.
It wouldn't surprise me if, like, you know how sort of like Hollywood sci-fi follows certain trends. Yeah. So like at a certain point, it was all about the locking mechanism of doors. You know, like a kunk, like they tend to focus on like certain little things in sci-fi. You reckon we'll get to the point where like there'll be a modern floppy equivalent in a sci-fi film where it's like load in the data core and they're like stink. And
like, I'll tell you what, this is the most annoying thing, and if you highlight it to somebody, you'll always hear it. It's like when somebody says, "Oh, there's a laughter track." You only ever hear the laughter track like from that point.
Yeah.
The annoying thing about sci-fi programs, or even like any programs that involve using a computer, is the fucking sounds it makes when you just click on things.
Yeah.
Like those sounds do not exist.
I hate it.
No one's making those sounds in UI, like in
it's
computer
a real
design.
pet peeve of mine. It's like every maximize, minimize, zoom has like a.
It's like, why are they? Somebody's had to go through and add each of those sounds manually, and it's just like, fuck me, I would be tearing my fucking hair out if I had to do that. I'm like, why are we doing this? This doesn't make sense.
Just mute the sounds.
I don't think they've worked out how to do it another way. I think that's the problem. Because like even stuff like
it just
mouse
looks too
clicks,
dull.
you wouldn't really hear.
It would be boring.
It does look too dull. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's not exciting enough.
I don't know how you do it.
Quickly upload it to the mainframe. It's downloading. Fucking annoying.
Mega annoying.
Yeah. That's a big pet peeve. Come on, just toss in. Oh.
It's like any sort of attempt to make like mobile phones or like their interface interesting as a narrative plot point, like superimposing it above like the actor's head and it having it pop up and make the sounds and all that stuff.
The text.
I guess it's a constant tackle between like, we're trying to modernize like people communicating with each other, but also represent it in a fun and engaging way. It must be hard.
And at the same time, I feel like 90% of people have their phones on silent now, which is ironic considering the rise of phone technology. Half of it was filled with ringtones and polyphonic shit that you could modify your own ringtones and download ringtones for silly money, and nobody wants anymore.
I guess the alternative to showing a character having a vibrating or a bleep bleep phone is the reality of just showing them habitually looking at their phone every so often, because like that's how actual people do it, right? Like you just check your phone, like but having a character constantly, like human beings actually do, constantly taking their phone out of their pocket, looking at it, putting it back in again. It's like, and this isn't very clean, is it?
It's like doing scenes in the toilet when they're having a piss and shit like that. It's like you don't do bathroom breaks in movies, really.
Exactly.
Well, watch 24. I don't think he ever goes to the toilet.
No.
That's a 24-hour cycle.
Bladder of steel.
Every hour is filled with something. It's just like 45 minutes or whatever. How long the breaks are. He's not had lunch once. At least in this hour, can he be away from camera so we can have some food?
Dare I say he missed brekkie?
I think he did.
He missed breakfast.
There we go, -5. The big results are about to be shown. I think that's...
Oh, Jesus.
Did James Franco have a piss in 124 hours? That's a good question.
27 hours. I think he pissed his pants. Was that before or after he cut his hand off? Spoiler.
It's over. It's over.
It is over. And
Ross, congratulations.
I did win.
You fucking did it.
Thank you. I tried very hard to
67.
get my points up.
What do you think these like letters mean above each of the numbers here? PP, payment per hand. Giraffes, irregular
points per hole.
routing. Points per hole. Higher car purchase.
Hard-ons counterproductive.
Higher car purchase, frenzied irritant rash.
Fluffer in recession.
Nice.
What a terrible job to be in.
Or fluffing in recess. I'm fluffing in recess. He needs a recess.
Peeing pretty hard.
Peeing pretty hard.
A stellar victory for Ross Hornby. Congratulations, Ross. What would you like to say?
I'd like to thank my mascot, which I've drawn in the corner here. This angry penis playing golf has really helped me.
What would the angry penis say?
He'd say, "Fuck all that! I was this close!" That's what he'd say. That's why he's so angry and bursting from the top there. He's got a crown on. The guy should be happy. Anyway, make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video because you'll be there.
Indeed.
Come back, please.